Welcome to everybody, and we are here for the 7th round of Racing League GT3 Season 6 Championship. As always, Tommaso Maffei as the commentator of this amazing championship, and we are ready for the 7th round of 9 for this Season 6 that right now is very full of emotion and a lot of races with heartbreak moments. But right now we're going to see when the drivers are out lap, we're going to see the GT3 Pro and the other GT3 categories standings with GT3 Pros. Dimitri Denuit is the first one with 190 points, Samuel Volevesin following with 148 points, and Fabiano De Gennaro is third with 139 points. Remember that also that will be free drop score, so free races will not count, but right now all the races count, and so Dimitri Denuit right now is the first, and is always the constant in his result, the only other one that win every race except one where when he participated is Fabiano De Gennaro with 3 win and 1 second place. But right now Dimitri Denuit is first because he was present, he was here on the races every time. Right now we are watching also Nick Huddering, but having a little bit of problem with one of the Bentley. I think is the Patrick van der Linden Bentley. But we are here at Zolder. Zolder is a narrow track, it's not an easy one, but it's very cool. It was also before Spa-Francorchamps return, it was the F1 Belgium Grand Prix. So home race for some drivers, but neighbor race also for other drivers, because we have a lot of Dutchmen here, and so it will be cool for everybody. Also good luck by Cohen van der Wacht on the chat, good luck to everybody. Absolutely. It's not an easy one here. And right now we're also going to see the GT3 Silver. GT3 Silver not dominated, but is the leader right now is Michael Houtman with the 3 first places. After him there's Barnabas Bedi with 139 points, Lawrence van der Water 129 points, and Abner Presmus with 119 points. It is one of the drivers that win the silver races. The other driver that won the one of the silver races, Davide Russo, that is 7th right now. And after the GT3 Silver, we are going with the GT3 AM with Dion van der Does in first, followed by Roy Uderkerk and Sammy Herbert. These are the top 3 of the AM driver. The winners of the races are Dion van der Does, 3 races won. Free race win, Roy Uderkerk with 1 win, and Pelle Verbeke with 1 win, and also Keegan Empress with another win. But Keegan is all not on point for beating battling for the championship, because it's 9 and lost a lot of races. And right now we are going to see also our drivers. Right now Dimitri Denuit, as always, first place, pole position, already 8/10 of a second against Publio Scipio, one of the other best driver of the league. I don't see right now Fabiano De Gennaro that can skip another race, because right now he decided to skip 2 races. If he skip this one, it's okay too. It's okay for him, because he can skip his races without losing points, but it's the last one that he can skip. Right now Dimitri Denuit that is not improving. One that is improving is Michael Houtman with Patrick van der Linden set the lap time lap with 1:28.795, only 4/10 of a second lower, no, not lower, higher than Dimitri Denuit. Michael Houtman is the first right now of the silver category, and he's doing a pretty good job here. Attention at the right-hander for this not so long straight with a very difficult chicane. This is the difficult, one of the difficult chicane here in Zolder. And there's a lot of chicane that are very difficult here in Zolder. With Utman that is improving. No, it will not improve othering. It was improving, but it's not enough. One it is improving right now is Bukur Florentin, right now 7th in silver category. And Barnabas Vedi also take the pole for silver with a time of 1:29.455. We will see if Bukur Florentin can with his McLaren, but Barnabas Vedi with the Ferrari on top of silver, and also top of AM Dion Vardaros with the McLaren is doing a great job. Dion Vardaros very constant, especially on the qualifying. Right now finishing the lap. Bukur Florentin gained 2 positions, goes ahead of Davide Russa and Armand Petrovic, my favorite guy on the silver class with the number 69. Good choice of number. But it's a very respectful driver. I love watching him battling with other drivers, because normally there's no crashes, no incident when Armand Petrovic is involved. And so in general, but I can say that we can say that Racing League has a very fair and square community, and a lot of fair racing. Sometimes there's some incidents, some crashes, but with the help of all the community, all the driver can improve and become a very gentleman driver, and also a very respectful driver on races. Let's go as Herbert for the AM win. Okay, we can go with Sammy Herbert, but right now he's second, only 6/7 of a second lower than Dion Vanderdos, but he's doing a great job on the lap time. He's trying with his Mercedes to try and beat the other driver. We can go inside his Mercedes to watch one lap time. Only engine sound, I can say. Only engine sound with Sammy Herbert. We saw Sammy Herbert is not improve the lap time, but he's doing a good job trying to improve. Right now, remember also that the track is only fast, it's not optimal grip, and so the lap time a little higher than expected with Nick Othering, but he's improving by 0.2 of a second right now. He's doing a great job in 5th place. This one, Fabiano De Gennaro arrived also. Fabiano De Gennaro arrived. We see him on the standings, and we can say that we are 23 driver today. So another good race we will have here at Zolder. with Nick Catering that will improve by not a lot, but it is enough to... No, it's not enough. It's not enough to beat Barnabas Betty. It stays behind with Barnabas Betty that beat Nick Catering also. And right now Dimitri Denuit that also trying again to improve his lap time, but one that is improving by a lot is Branko Kapovic with time of... no, it's not... okay, no, he's improved, yeah. He's second right now with 1.7 tenth of a second from the leader, and 3 tenths of a second from the one that does the leader of the AM, and also Sammy Herbert improved with also Lawrence van der Water improving with no, it's not Lawrence van der Water, but it was Mark Ruben that is improved his lap time. Also Lutain, Remo Lutain that is trying to improve. There's a lot of improvement right now by a lot of drivers. Fabiano De Gennaro stay on the pit. Is exiting right now with his Porsche, sorry, staying with Mercedes, but ended Porsche with his Porsche. It's one of a very difficult car to drive, at least for me, but is very fast in general on Assetto Corsa competizione, especially on the last updates. Even if they add some BOP for the Porsche, right now is a little bit slower than before, at least 2 tenths of a second, they say, the experts of Assetto Corsa competizione. It's Patrick Van der Laan that is improving, last turn for him, attention here, the chicane, can... in 3-4 position with his lap time. Good exit by Patrick Van der Laan. And it's enough. Yes, 6th place, second of silver category is there with Barnabas Betty. Not too much distant by Barnabas Betty, and going outside to return to the pit with also Lawrence van der Water. That is trying to improve and is improving by not so much, but it will be enough to beat, yes it is, to beat Mark Ruben with a time of 1:29.655. And also Vallenduk with the Audi is trying to improve, beat at least Patrick Van der Laan and take the top 3 standings. But so Fabiano De Gennaro is on lap, so we will follow also him, but Vallenduk is a little bit ahead of him, and so we will watch everybody. We will watch everybody one by one. We can see every driver on the league, and also if you want to see someone on the chat, right on the chat, and we will go to him. And also remember to subscribe to RacingLeague.net YouTube channel, because if you want to follow some great racing, you can. RacingLeague.net every Monday and Thursday on a 10-day span of pause, and it's very fun if you want to race also. Ooh, Vallenduk, second place, great lap, only 58 milliseconds slower than Dimitri Denuit, and so we go with Fabiano De Gennaro, that take 12th place right now, only 12th place for Fabiano De Gennaro, but I think he can certainly improve. We can go with the Helicam also to watch him from the high part, but as I said, you can also race on RacingLeague.net. If you go on RacingLeague.net, or if you search Racing League in SingGrid, you can participate in the Season 6, even if it's in the last part of the season. You can join to race the last races of the championship, and also in the next championship. Participate all the championship if you want. You are welcome to RacingLeague.net. Attention here, Fabiano De Gennaro, very aggressive on the curb. Aggressive on the curb, but he's having some difficulties here on Zolder. It's like it's not his track, and he's having some difficult situation. Ooh, large, goes wide on the turn, and so he loses a lot of time. But one that is not losing time right now, approaching the chicane. The new chicane is Butane, that is improving by 0.2 of a second. That is enough to arrive to the 6th or 5th place. So we keep an eye on him because Raymond Lutin is doing a great job. With his Honda NSX. But the last turn was not very good. Depend all on the chicane. It's not enough. It's not enough to beat the others' lap time. And so he improved his lap time, but not enough to beat the others. Also, we go with Fabiano De Gennaro again because he's improving also Google Florentin, but we go with Fabiano following on the interior part of the car. Approaching right now the Boy de Garde, the Jochen turn. After inverse, the Jackie X chicane. Only the Jackie X mocked, I think, mocked this curve in Belgium, or I don't know the language of Belgium. I think it's some type of French. I don't know. Sorry to all the Belgium people, to all the Belgium, and also to the Dutch. I'm not good enough to know your language. But one that continue improving a little by little is always Dimitri Denuit. He's approaching the third sector of the track. Ooh, a little bit of oversteer here. Listen to the tires screaming for help. But they did a great turn after that oversteer, with aggressive oversteer on the entrance of the turn. It's the same lap as before, at least seemingly the same lap. Yeah, it's not enough to beat his last lap, but it's good enough to stay on time. It's a good race based on qualifying, we can say that. With Abner Presmus, bad error here. He was improving by 5/10 of a second, but right now the time is cancelled. With Janos Sede that is improving. So Janos can do a very good job here. You can see if he can improve his lap time. If he improved the 3/10 of a second right now, he will be at the same spot. But if he improve a little bit more, maybe he can beat Davide Russo. Right now he's the last of Silver driver. It is enough or not? Yes, it is enough to beat Davide Russo. But right now, the last of Silver, and with a time of 1:30.232. Also, Dimitri Denuit improving 1:28.107, and Lutain also is improving a little bit. But I think we can go with Vallenduk. No, we can go with. Remain with Lutin. After him, we can go Valenduk, that is a little bit ahead, but is in the out lap. And so we need to wait. Okay, they say to me to update the livery folder. Okay, I update it to when we go through to the pause to qualifying and race. Because you say that some livery is missing. Because I always update the livery, and always we have some issues like that. So I don't know what I can say, but we can go also with Valenduk, that is doing his lap time. Only engine sound with Janne Valenduk. Janne Valenduk not improved, but stay on second place. And so we will need to wait if we can beat Dimitri Denuit. Right now, if we talk about sector, the first one and the second one are owned by Dimitri Denuit, and the third one by Publicipio, that it's a little bit faster than Dimitri Denuit on that sector, especially. Vertu is doing a incredible job, Dimitri Denuit, especially on the first one, with the only 29 first sector we have right now in the qualifying session. Janne Valenduk again is improving, and is fair. The chicane is not the best, but he's improving with his Team WRT livery. Team WRT that the next year in this 2023 season will have the BMW as car and not the Audi. And so Team WRT, not Team WRT, sorry, Janne Valenduk with closing, but not improve. Stay have the same lap, but one of it is improving is Publicipio. It is Nissan. And he's doing a good job here around Zolder. Right now he's third with his Nissan only 3/10 of a second slower than Dimitri Denuit. With Nick Othering also take the fourth place, sorry. Yeah, fourth place. And he's trying also to improve to beat Dimitri Denuit. It is a very hard driver to beat on qualifying, especially. Publicipio, it will not improve. Also, Nick Catering is not improving. Abner, Presmus and Barnabas Bedis are the only one. Bait is improving. Barnabas closing in right now. And he will improve. With a time of 1:28.610, fourth place for Barnabas Bedis, taking again the pole position of Silver. So stays there with Sammy Herbert, but right now is second in the AM class. Second in the AM class, but is there, not so distant by Dion van der Does. The only other one that seems that can beat him is Branko Gavovic, but right now is on the pit stop. Also, attention to Buglio, but he's improving, but also lose a lot of time on that chicane. Also here in this hairpin. So Buglio again, it will not improve his lap time. But one of it he improved, but and this improving going underwater right now, but is having some problem right now in his qualifying session. A lot behind the other AM drivers. We will see if he can improve the right to the next hour. Maybe he's having some problem with his McLaren. You see that McLaren is not the fastest car here around. Van der Does is the faster of AM. Putin right now also, but is improving. With Buglio ahead of him. Is Honda, and in this championship we saw a lot of Hondas also. The Nissan that we talk about real life racing, not racing anymore because of Nissan decision to not continue on the GT3. But here on Assetto Corsa Competizione we can continue racing on it. And he's doing a great job also, Buglio. Driving the car in the best way possible, with Scipio improving a little bit, 1-2 Lutain beating Patrick van der Linden, and take 7th place with 6/10 of second, lower than the other driver. Know it again. Can go inside of his car. Doing an excellent job. This Aston Martin is the only one on the championship, at least today. No, because sorry, there's also the inventor. One AM driver for South Africa. With last 2 turn for him. And improved gain with a 1:28.030. Again, another incredible lap for Dimitri Lenuit. And seem unbeatable. Also there's a very good battle between Barnabas Bedis and Presmus for the leadership of the silver. Seem that the AM will remain the same because I see all the AM driver on the pit except for Van Cleef. But close right now his qualifying session and stay on the same position. Also Davide Russo is closing the Qualifying will be Barnabas Berry or Presmus pole position for the silver. For the pro, seemingly the situation seems to be clear with the Nuit on pole. All depend on Lutein right now, but he's improving by not so much, but maybe enough to stay on top 3. Fabiano De Gennaro, 4th place at the end. Good job for the Porsche driver. Also, attention to Lutein. Barnabas Berry's win the battle between the two silver arrow. If we go silver arrow. They are not Mercedes, but they are silver arrow as the leaders of this qualifying session. And Robin Lutein, it will be the 4th or 5th, 3rd. Wow, 3rd place for Robin Lutein. That finishes this qualifying session. 1st, Dimitri Nuit, 2nd, Vallenduc, and 3rd, Lutein. A little bit of pause, and we will return in 3-4 minutes for the start of the race. And so we are ready for the race. As we can see, we are on the formation lap. Half of the formation lap is gone. Right now we are waiting for the last part of the formation lap, and after that we will have a 60-minute race with mandatory pit stop. It will be very, very interesting, and we will see if Dimitri Renuit will win another one or if Fabiano De Gennaro can beat him, even if he's starting in 5th place. Right now, one of the absent that is very important for the championship is Olivsin. That is the first time that is not present here. Right now also going on double file, ready for the start of the race. It will be a very strange start, maybe for somebody on the back part of the back. Because maybe they will start on the chicane. We will see. Right now Dimitri Renuit is first with Valendok on the side, Lutain third, 4th Publicipio, 5th De Gennaro, 6th Bailey Barnabas, 7th Presmus, 8th Adering, 9th Vanderlinden, and 10th Vanderlinden is green. A great start by Valendok, immediately going ahead. For a moment it was ahead, but Dimitri Renuit with an incredible braking move stays ahead. Also Lutin, aggressive move against Valendok, but he stays behind Fabiano De Gennaro side by side with Publicipio here on the right. It's very difficult to pass everybody. Wow. Also attention with Presmus and Betty Barnabas, because we are 4 drivers, 1 side by side. Incredible start for this 4 driver with Fabiano De Gennaro with a loss of control, and immediately partner Presmus pass, but incredible braking zone by Fabiano De Gennaro, and this side by side again on the chicane with Patrick Vanderlinden attack on Betty Barnabas, and win the attack and contact with Fabiano De Gennaro. Oh, wide! What a control by the Porsche driver, and stays on the track, but that had a very beautiful situation for Betty Barnabas. They tried to attack Patrick Vanderlinden, but his Bentley is unbeatable on the acceleration side. We talk about the top standings. Dimitri Renuit stays first with Valendok second, then Lutain third, also Publicipio 4th. The top 4 is the same as the start, but behind them we had an incredible battle for the first lap. Then Presmus goes a little bit wide, and it's the opportunity for Fabiano De Gennaro taking inside line immediately, but it's not enough to beat the fellow Porsche. Stays ahead of him with Patrick Vanderlinden, but that's also the situation on hand, and the pass Betty Barnabas for the 7th place in the chicane against Betty Barnabas, braking hard, but it's impossible to pass there side by side. That chicane is very difficult, it's like impossible to pass, but the start was very good. We have the full back battling, been doing a great job. With also no crashes right now with Samir, but that lost a lot if we talk about the qualifying position. So maybe a little bit of he had a little bit of contact, but not enough to leave him behind a lot of the pack. He's there, battling right now with Venter, and he needs to recover as soon as he can the position. With De Gennaro, lost a lot, lost the momentum on the chicane, and Patrick Vanderlinden immediately pass. Also Utman behind Nick Adering. Waiting for the right moment, Patrick Vanderlinden pass Fabiano De Gennaro. Ooh, wide on the chicane. We saw that, and Patrick van der Linden immediately passed him. So in their play, Fabiano De Gennaro goes a little bit wide. Yeah, but Fabiano De Gennaro doesn't want to place behind Patrick van der Linden. Want to pass as soon as he can, and goes side by side with the Bentley, and he's ahead with Patrick van der Linden that lose a lot of time, and also Barnabas Beatty passing, also Nick Catering is there. Attention to the side-by-side action on the chicane. Nick Catering stays behind. The only thing that he can do. But the battles of the pack are pretty good right now. The grip became optimal, so right now the situation is good for all the drivers also. Wow, what we are seeing right now, what a battle from 6th to the 11th place. They all there, incredible pack of driver. With Dimitri Inuit that is trying to escape against Valenduk, but Valenduk set the fastest lap time by 3/10 of a second, and so Valenduk it will be maybe the major enemy, the major rival of this race for Dimitri Inuit. And wow, we are seeing an incredible race between a lot of drivers. Also, attention, Lars van der Water on Mark Ruben side by side with the Nissan that has a little bit of speed. If we talk about the top speed, attention also to Van der Does that is there, and little bit of an error for Arman Petrovic that touched the grass, and Lars van der Water contact with Arman Petrovic. Tried everything to not crash into somebody. Arman Petrovic also decided to wait for Lars van der Water to let him pass, losing a lot of placement after the crash. So very good gentleman move by Arman Petrovic, fair play move, but Lars van der Water right now need to recover a little bit to try to stay on the top of the silver class. Right now the top of the silver class is dominated by Presmus and also of Fabiano De Gennaro, with Patrick van der Linden following. And Nick Catering is there also. On the top of the standings, we can see Dimitri Inuit followed by Valenduk. It is there. Dimitri Inuit is in home race against Yannick Valenduk, the neighbor, this Dutch neighbor of Belgium. Is also there, ready to have an opportunity. Also Lutin and Publius Scipio are battling for the third place. We'll see if Publius Scipio can gain the position, but Fabiano De Gennaro can against Abner Presmus. We go with their play on the chicane. Very aggressive move here by Fabiano De Gennaro, but very clean, aggressive but clean. This is an incredible move by Fabiano De Gennaro. Enzo move also. Kapovic past Venter. We need to see what happened to Venter that lose the position. Oh, wide. Goes wide, and so need to wait. Also Van der Water pass Van Cleef for the 17th place. With the battle for silver top, for the first position of silver right now is ongoing with Barnabas Betis that gain the position on Patrick van der Linden, and so right now is behind Abner Presmus. Ready for the attack on the chicane. He will wait. Great decision by Barnabas Betis to not attack here. but to keep only the pressure on very good Abner press mode right now. Also attention to Padre Vanderlinde, and that is there. Bucor Florentin crashes. Crash for Bucor Florentin. We go with the replay. I think he cut too much the chicane. No, he lost the complete control of the rear of the car. Very strange crash there. Also, Robin Van Clift had an incident. We go immediately with Robin Van Clift. He cut too much. Robin Van Clift cut too much on the chicane, and McLaren suffer a lot that chicane. I can say it by experience, and right now also Van der Linden and othering side by side on the last chicane. The best acceleration of the Bentley as the best situation, as the better situation, and so the maximum speed of Honda is not enough to the maximum acceleration of the Bentley. Bad situation. Side by side for a moment, and also oversteering, power slide for Padre Van der Linden, and Nick Othering is following. Attention to the slipstream, that is a lot, and they're losing some time the silver driver side, but there's a battle between these two. Right now Othering is the last one in the pro standings. But it's very battling with Padre Van der Linden for the 6th place of the Pro. We talk about attention, because Van Oorschot and Kapovic side by side for a moment. Van Oorschot let pass Kapovic, that seemingly is faster. But as I want to say, sorry, Diamandouros is the first one if we talk about the AM class. Leading the AM standing. Also talk about the general standing of the AM classification, and it's first with right now Publicipio again. Robin Van Clift stop and go 30 seconds. He entered the pit. Also Pyrotix decided to enter the pit after the crash with underwater, and so Petrovic has free track right now, but Publicipio now is the nearest driver, battling with Lutin, and this is an all-Japan battle between Nissan and Honda. It's not an easy one, because they are similar if we talk about the speed, the maximum speed they can reach. But if we talk about the drivability, Nissan is a little bit difficult, especially on the change of direction, so on the chicane is very difficult. The Honda being a little bit more aggressive and more power sliding in some situation. So this is the difference between these two cars from two different Japanese manufacturer, but they are doing a very good job, and they are going very fast. But the faster right now is Fabiano De Gennaro, at least if we talk about the fastest lap time. Talk about a little bit wide where Valenduk is trying to stay near Dimitri Renouit. You know that if Dimitri... what a jump here with the Aston Martin of Dimitri Renouit. Dimitri Renouit with the Aston. Valenduk with the Audi. We have the top 5 with 5 different cars, and it's very cool to see it. Wide Publicipio, and so Fabiano De Gennaro will be ahead. No, he's behind. He's behind. Gain some time, but he's behind Publicipio, and he's a very aggressive drive. Fabiano De Gennaro only want to gain more position he can. Sammy Herbert right now, it is trying to recover as much position as he can and pass against Van Oorschot with an error of Van Oorschot. And so Sammy Herbert gain one position. With two drivers that exited the server. One is Van Cleef, the other one I don't remember it. But they decide to quit, and Scipio lost the position against Paveno De Gennaro. We go with the replay immediately, because I don't know why Scipio lost the position. Ooh, completely lost very early here, Scipio. And so Fabiano De Gennaro pass very easily, taking the 4th place. And right now, Lutin will be under pressure against the German, against the German driver. That is doing an incredible job if you talk about pure speed right now. If you talk about the consistency, Dimitri Lenuit right now is the faster, clearly. And I think we can go, yeah, we can go one lap, only engine sound with Dimitri Lenuit. Here we are with Dimitri Lenuit, only engine sound. So we see a lap with Dimitri Lenuit around Zolder, but we go immediately to Fabiano De Gennaro because he's behind Lutin and right now gaining the position from the inside line. Wow, Fabiano De Gennaro is doing an incredible driving right now. Very aggressive. And he only wants the top spot of the standings. Using all part of the track and not only the part of the track. He's doing an incredible race right now. Also, Lawrence van der Water battling with Davide Russo. These two, they're doing a good job in this race. Lawrence van der Water a little bit unlucky with the crash he had with Arman Petrovic in there here on the chicane. Was very unlucky, Lawrence van der Water, but he's there and he's faster than Davide Russo. Basically, we talk about the timing. Best was 1:29.930. And the best of Davide Russo was 1:31.040. So Lawrence van der Water can clearly pass Davide Russo, but need the good move and need to prepare it well, because Davide Russo is defending in a good way. And right now it seems very difficult to pass him. But you can maybe. With the mass speed of Nissan. Is enough? Not, it isn't enough. And so that also stays ahead. Big gathering. That is another one that is battling for the position with one of the fellow pro drivers. Wow, attention here on the chicane. Also attention on Publicipio attacking Raymond Lutain, sorry. Raymond Lutain that lose the position against Publicipio. Publius gaining the 4th place. But goes a little bit wide. And that's an immediate situation for Lutain to pass. But the defense by Publicipio was a little bit aggressive on my point of view. And so Raymond Lutain remain 5th with Publicipio in 4th position right now. And there's a good battle between these 3 drivers with Betty Barnabas that is trying to recover the second loss with Bresmus, and Patrick van der Linden and Nick Adering battling for the 6th place of the pro category. Van der Linden defending very well here. And with Nick Adering that is pressing in a very good way the fellow Dutchman. So Patrick van der Linden right now stays ahead, but attention, Van der Laan, crash for Van der Laan, and he's on the barrier, losing a lot of time here. Patrick van der Laan losing a lot of placement with Lawrence van der Water, but he's having a lot of trouble passing Davide Russo, and he's doing his best to try to pass him, but right now he doesn't have a good situation to pass him. But look, right now approaching some back markers. And is 3.3 seconds behind Dimitri Lenuit, that right now is the faster on the track. And maybe we can go with Fabiano De Gennaro in a moment, because it's very fast, and I want to see an only engine sound lap around Zolder, because he's doing an incredible drive right now. It's pretty clear that the faster, and maybe that speed can let him win this race. We will see it in 37 minutes remain of the race. And so only engine sound with Fabiano De Gennaro. this is a lap with Fabiano De Gennaro around Zolder, and is doing an incredible pace. Right now, this lap was similar to Valenduk and Denuit. Right now also he has Petrovic's as a back marker, so he's losing some time, but doing an incredible job to try to beat Valenduk and Denuit, especially Denuit, that is rival on the championship standing, with Abner Presmus to remain on first place as a silver driver, and trying also to gain position for the 5th position against Robin Lutin, but behind Presmus. There's an incredible battle between again Betty Barnabas, Barry van der Linden and Nick Adering, but they're battling against each other for the 6th place in general, and also for the 6th place of the pro standings. Also, Betty Barnabas gain a lot against Abner Presmus, but to lose a lot on the last lap. And so Betty Barnabas is putting pressure on Presmus, and Adering putting pressure on van der Linden. What an incredible battle between those three right now, with Presmus as a leader of the pack. And Betty Barnabas remain on 2nd place as of the silver standings. Van der Linden decide to go on the pit. And so, alternative strategy maybe for Patrick van der Linden is the first going into the pit, normal strategy. And he decided to go when he was in battle with Nick Adering, so not a bad decision by Patrick van der Linden. But we will see when he will exit. And now the situation for Fabiano De Gennaro is similar to before. He loses some time to Janne Valenduk, but not so much. Also, Janne Valenduk is 3 seconds, similar gap than before. And so the situation for the leadership is not sure. Patrick van der Linden but exited already. Needs places behind all silver drivers, but ahead of all except for one EM driver. Ian Mentor also goes into the pit. To try his strategy. Also Publicipio, that was 4th, into the pit. So Dion van den Doos is battling with Mark Ruben also, and Patrick van der Linden with Davide Russo after Lawrence van der Water passed him. The Van had that crash, as we saw. Florentin also into the pit. Remaining 15 players. Scipio exiting right now. And he exited behind Venter. Not the best situation he can expect. Because it's a blue flag Venter right now for Scipio. Venter let him through. But he loses a little bit on the exit, ahead of Van der Linden by second. But it was not the best can expect. With these three drivers, Rasmus Pady undering that having again an incredible battle on distance, but also right now looting at this dwarf. Change the place with Van der Linden, but right now is 15th place. Also not on the underwater decide to stop on the side of the road. I maybe understood what happened. Was expected to enter the pit lane, maybe, I don't know. Lutain lose the position. Trying to see how he loses the position. Lose complete the rear, and luckily for him not goes into the wall, but lose complete the rear attacking that chicane, and especially that curve, with southwest curve that kill his car and lose the rear of the car. Fabiano De Gennaro decided to go into the pit. I think it's a clever decision because he was losing a little bit against the top drivers. So Fabiano De Gennaro, also Van der Does, leader of AM, decided to go into the pit. Stay with Pedy Barnabas, Adering and Rasmus. We are doing the battle of a century here at Zolder. Zolder is not an easy track where to overtake, but we saw some great overtake here around. So we expect everything by these drivers, because they always doing an incredible job, and they always racing at the limit, but with respect. Attention here! Bad contact with Nick Adering and Pedy Barnabas. With Pedy Barnabas, they decide after this contact to enter immediately the pit stop. And Nick Adering, but I think I know what Nick Adering wants to do, but he can't do that with one driver ahead. Normally you break a little bit later when you are on the end, when you decide to enter into the pit, but you can do that if there's another car ahead of you, and I think that's what happened, and Patrick Van der Linden will be happy about that, because right now he passed Nick Adering easily, gaining the position against the pro driver. that right now has a lot of damage with this bad crash against Betty Barmas and Gathering himself. And Gathering restarting with Betty Barmas that has the car in not the best shape, but also him is starting again with right now Perez-Mus that is the first one, first of the standings if we talk about the silver, and it will be first. Oh, attention, Publicipio, what happened against Davide Russo? Also Vanderland passed him. Ooh, the error of Davide Russo had a little bit of trauma and a moment of panic for Publicipio, and so Publicipio, the only thing he can do is to avoid that contact, and it was the best situation where we can go with onboard lap with Lawrence van der Water. Only engine sound with Lawrence right now in 7th place. So Lawrence van der Water decided to go into the pit. I think it's a good choice for the Nissan driver, and so we continue for the commentary of the other drivers with Fabiano De Gennaro battling against Branko Kapovic that need to go to the pit. Patrick in the bit is ahead of Fabiano De Gennaro, so better situation for Branko Kapovic. Bad situation for him. And so, as we saw, not the best situation for Branko Kapovic. Luckily for him, he regained the control of the car and also battling against Sammy Herbert and gained their position. So Branko Kapovic pass Sammy Herbert, and Betty Barbas also pass Sammy Herbert, and Vandenhoek, you see there Vandenhoek that is behind the blue flag drivers, but also Dimitri Nenouil having a little bit of problem with Branko Kapovic right now. The blue flags are important in this type of race because Vandenhoek already gained 1 second against Dimitri Nenouil. We'll see if Dimitri decides to go into the pit lane. Stays there. With also Vandenhoek continue his race. And Patrick Van der Linden pass Davide Russo. And right now he's the first of pro drivers. I don't know if he can drive in first place of this race, but he's ahead of Fabiano De Gennaro. He's doing a great job right now. Oh, Patrick Van der Laan! 30 seconds stop and go penalty. Hard moment for Patrick Van der Laan. Hard moment for Patrick Van der Laan after entering the pit. Very bad for him. And very sad for Patrick Van der Laan. But right now, as with the situation with the stop and go penalty, also Betty Barnabas on the middle of the battle between Dimitri Denuit and Valenduk, but in a very good way let Valenduk pass for the battle of leadership. So Yannick Valenduk following the leader Dimitri Denuit, only 2 seconds between the two drivers when only 90 minutes and 20 seconds remain. Utman already also decided to go into the pit. A very good strategy also for Utman. Right now the first one without the pit stop, with the pit stop already done is Betty Barnabas. So we'll need to see where Utman will exit and where Betty Barnabas is. Utman is exiting right now. Yes, Utman is ahead. Utman is ahead of Betty Barnabas by a lot, and that crash had a lot of moment loss, a lot of second loss. Attention here! Attention with Fabiano De Gennaro. A little bit of contact between the two, but luckily no bad contact. So Valenduk decided to go into the pit. Also Davide Russo. Only 4 driver after that, no sorry, only 6 driver after that need to do the mandatory pit stop. Rasmus pass in second place, also Luten pass in third. Mark Ruben will pass in 4th place. Van der Linden is a little bit behind. Valenduk exiting right now. No, Valenduk exiting ahead also of Mark Ruben. But there's traffic. So attention at the enter of the track with Berman Petrovic ahead of Yannick Valenduk. And that exit with a lot of blue flag is not easy. And Valenduk right now is having a lot of problem with the other drivers, but Barman Petrovic is letting him pass. The other one is not Dio van der Does, is sorry, is Florentin. And so Valenduk need to pass Florentin. And the other one ahead of him, maybe is Orshot. Yes, it's Orshot. With Herbert decided to go into the pit also. Ooh, a lot of damage for Sammy Herbert. Aye, Sammy Herbert. think he's not a retire, but he will lose a lot of time into the pit lane. A lot of time. Abdar Presmus right now is an easy situation for him. Need to continue with this pace to try to stay on first place. Porsche driver doing a good job in the championship in general, but also in this race. It's a great battle with Betty Barnabas before the crash with Betty and Nick Huddering. Also great battle with Patrick van der Linden. In general, Abner Presmus this race did a great job. But in general, I can say that all the drivers, except for that crash and maybe another one, it was one of the cleanest races I saw here on RacingLeague. But it's very good. It's always very good when you say a race that is very near the perfection. With Rasmus decide to go into the pit because the crashes are part of the racing environment. But in general, if you saw race with less crash than others, it always seems to be a perfect one. But in general, it's a good race here around Zolder, but it's not, as I say before, not the perfect track to overtake, but it's a very good track where Formula 1 also raced in the past, and where the driver can have a lot of fun moments and a lot of battle, and we saw a lot of that moment in this race. Mark Ruben into the pit lane. Dimitri Denouille continue to also Lutein will continue for the top spot of standings. Vallenduk is the first without the pit stop. Also Abner Presmus decide to go into the pit stop, and right now is behind Patrick van der Linden, and Mark Ruben also decided to go into the pit. He's exiting right now and is in 12th place. Nick Huddering beside of Betty Barnabas, but I think with it will have a penalty certainty for the crash he had with Betty himself. The only driver that needs to do the pit stop is Dimitri Denouille. One is Dimitri Denouille, the other one is Lutein, and the third one is Van Oorschot of AM class, that you can see him on the back and on the low side of the standings. Right now in 18th place. The flag for Huddering, that is battling right now with Van der Does, and so Dimitri Denouille decided to go into the pit lane, and for doing his pit stop. He entered at the limit. Wow. At the limit, Dimitri Denouille right now. Ooh, DSQ, disqualification for Van Oorschot. I don't know why. Maybe because he didn't go for the drive-thru, but talk about drive-thru. Booker Florentine drive-thru for him, and so Booker he will need to enter into the pit and doing the drive-thru. Lutein entering the pit. Dimitri Denouille exiting the pit right now. Vallenduk on the straight line. Dimitri Denouille seems to be a lot ahead of Vallenduk. Not so much, but 4 seconds, a good gap against his rival for this race. And Lutein right now be ahead maybe of Van der Linden. I don't know. It's fair. Van der Linden is ahead. Rasmus also is ahead, and also Fabiano De Gennaro is ahead at the end. With Lutin that will be ahead of Utman. Utman that gain the second place of the standings. And right now is battling against Lutin for a position on the track of general standings. Stop and go! Attention, stop and go after the drive-through stop and go for Booker Florentin. Bad end of the race for Booker Florentin. Ooh, and also a misunderstanding with Betty Barnabas. Misunderstanding with Betty Barnabas that stay on the left side because he want to pass him on speed, but he was not expect to have the driver ahead of him to slow down. So not the best situation for Betty. That will finish third in silver category. Not the best he could expect. He was second and battling for the first place with Rasmus. But the situation is what it is. And Patrick Van der Linden right now is third. With Rasmus battling him for the third in general. Rasmus know that he need to stay on alert and not push too much to lose the first place. And is not near, but it's only 10-second distance, so any error can be fatal in this situation. But in general, he can battle against Patrick Van der Linden. It is in third place. And he did an incredible race because he was on the last part of standings. He was fourth. No, sorry, he was 6th, 7th of the pro standings. Right now he's third. So great strategy, great race for Patrick Van der Linden. An incredible battle against Nick Adering. After the crash, Nick Adering had with Barry Barnabas. He gained the position pretty easily. I think we can go with Dio Mandardosa with an onboard lap, only engine sound with him, with the battle also with Nick Adering, only engine sound with Dio Mandardosa, leader of AM class. Dion stays on 9th place with Nick Othering on the back, but Fabiano De Gennaro gain 2 places and pass Patrick Van der Linden for the 3rd place. So incredible race in qualifying, incredible race for Fabiano De Gennaro, but had not a good moment to pass and to battle with Dimitri Benoit and Valenduk, but third place after all that happened to him is an incredible achievement, and is also his worst race, and so right now not losing so much points against Dimitri Benoit. It will be very interesting between these two when the race is finishing, but the weather will be on rain in 15 minutes, but the race will finish in 5, so very sad to not see some rain again. Fabiano De Gennaro, too aggressive in some moment, Fabiano De Gennaro, but it's what we like, at least it's what I like of him in this race, because it was aggressive to the start till the end, very respectful also in some part of the race if we talk about the overtake, but in general it was very aggressive on the race itself. Right now Publio Scipio battling with Michael Houtman. There's a free battle right now, Bresmus against Van der Linden, Scipio against Houtman, Othering against Van der Does. And now we are with Scipio and Houtman. Scipio that will finish in the 6th place of Pro Driver. But, no, not the 5th, because Lutin lost some time. I don't know why, and so we go with their play, because he loses a lot of time there. Maybe an error on the chicane. Ooh, yeah. It's the same as before for Lutain. So Scipio is 5th, Lutain is 6th, and so the battle for the pro standings is open, because Lutain was and wanted certainly to regain the position when 3 minutes and 25 seconds till the end of the race. And they are battling for the 6th place of the general standings. Othering pass Dion Van der Does. Van der Does now he doesn't need that placement. He needs for honor. And Publio Scipio right now is behind Michael Houtman. You need to wait the right moment to pass him. If you want to pass, want to overtake him in this situation where he also have Lutain behind him. Abner Bresmus battling with Patrick Van der Linden. And only 2 laps till the end of the race, I think, at least. We'll see when Dimitri Benoit will cut the line of the finish line. And Abner Bresmus, leader of silver, Dion Van der Does, leader of the AM, goes a little bit wide with Bedi Barabas that won't that position immediately, and he will gain immediately. And after Embers, Dimitri Benoit Right now is first, followed by Valenduk in 2 seconds. 2 second distance. It's not so distant, so it will be a very difficult last lap. Yes, it is last lap for Dimitri Lenoit. Valenduk is there following. We will follow the battle between these two. Right now there's a little bit of space before the next blue flag, so Dimitri Lenoit certainly is more calm than before. So Valenduk is there, but Dimitri Lenoit is easily ahead. The blue flag let the space to both of the driver, very respectful. So we are arriving to the close part, finish part of the race. With Dimitri Lenoit, last curve for him. Yes, it is another win for Dimitri Lenoit. First place with his Aston Martin, with Valenduk second. Following him, third it will be Fabiano De Gennaro, maybe, I don't know. We will see, with Dion van der Does finishing in first place of AM, in 12th place of general standings, with Fabiano De Gennaro right now closing in third place when the rain start in this moment. Patrick van der Linden fourth, ahead of Abder Presmos, leader of the silver standings. He will finish first, with Utman finishing in second of silver class, with Scipio in fifth of pro class, and Lutain following immediately, with also Nick Adering finishing right now. And so are the standings. Dimitri Lenoit first, second Valenduk there. They're happily having a good moment, and they're doing some donuts. Yeah, it is. Here's some donuts. Here's some donuts with Valenduk and Lenoit before. And they're finishing right now, the other drivers, with Betty Barnadas finishing right now, Mark Ruben also, Lawrence van der Water also, Kapovic also, and also Booker Florentin right now. Ruben is the last one to finish. This is the standings. Thank you to everybody to see and view this race. We will see each other on the next race that will be, I see it immediately, will be on February 6th in Kyalami, 60 minutes race. And I hope that this live, you like this live, and remember to subscribe and follow the YouTube channel of RacingLeague.net. Goodbye to everybody, goodbye by Tommaso Maffei. We will see each other on the 6th of February. Bye bye.